Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow trading members. This is 14th of September 2021, and this is Ayan Sinha here from Billionaire Traders Club. So, those who are listening to me on my podcast or those who are seeing my videos on YouTube, I welcome you to my Billionaires Club. And those who are new to the trading world, I welcome you on a new journey. So, before I start my day's review, I would like to talk to you about the oldest stock exchange, or one of the oldest stock exchanges or stock market, that is of US. Now, this opportunity I am taking is because of one question that keeps on coming up, is the dichotomy or the difference that we find in between the economy and the stock market. We all know that US Fed was flushing money into the economy, and despite the issues due to the lockdown, we found that stock market rose like anything after the initial fall in the month of February and March. Now, Fed has declared that they are going to do tapering of the rates, or basically they are going to reduce the liquidation of or the liquidity in the market. Now, is that going to affect the stock market? In one of his videos, Warren Buffett talked about this, that despite or at times there were stagflations in the US market, yet we found that the stock market rose at that time. Or there were at times US economy was booming, yet the stock market did not do so well, or the stocks did not do so well. And there were always these questions ki why is there such a dichotomy. There are many intellectuals who would come and say ki that economy and stock market should go hand in hand. They will provide you lot of numbers and everything, but at the end of the day, stock market works on the sentiments of people. If you see your neighbor buying stocks and becoming rich, you are going to buy stocks. If you see your friend becoming rich by trading in the stock market, you are going to buy it. It is a lot about sentiments. If the feeling is there, despite whatever the economy is doing, you are going to trade in it. If your friend faces losses, or he moves out of, or someone in your market, in your community, or in your know-how starts selling off in a panic, you would do too. And that is what stock market is basically. And economy, whether it coincides with what economy is doing or whether it's just a rumor, has nothing to do with it. So, this is my two pence. We can always debate on that. Those who are listening to my podcast, you can comment on it on whichever platform you are listening this or watching this. So, coming to today's market, we'll look at Asian markets first, Asians and Australian markets. We found that probably other than Nikkei, all other exchanges closed in red. Kospi probably closed a bit in a positive, flattish. Hong Kong Hang Seng was negative, hugely negative. Currently, the European markets are doing good, but London market is slightly negative. Though London market did start heavily after a heavy fall, it did recover, and this is the recovery that we are seeing. The German market DAX has done pretty well, though it did earlier showed some fall. Again, it has recovered too, so we can be a bit positive in that. It seems that US market is flattish and maybe slightly negative also. We can look into Dow futures. Okay, so in the past, since I blogged since 7 o'clock, there has been a fall. It seems some new news has come up, which has resulted in fall in SGX Nifty also, in Dow futures also. Let's look into Dow Jones. Dow Jones is falling also on a 15-minute chart. It is after opening, it has started falling. We can look into S&P also. After initially starting, it has gone negative, so there might be some bad news in the market. So anyone who is trading tomorrow will need to be very watchful of the markets and the market condition, especially into HJX Nifty and US markets. Switching on to our current market, our Indian markets, we did find that Nifty, both Nifty and Bank Nifty, opened with a gap up, and on the later parts it did fall during the day, and it mostly went sideways with Nifty closing at 2470 and Nifty futures closing at 2565, which was pretty flat. Bank Nifty, if we see, Bank Nifty also sort of gapped up, then didn't maintain its up moves, and after hitting a resistance, it did fall down, and it closed, though it closed positive, it was sideways throughout the day. There are a couple of stocks that we can discuss that I have asked my people to invest into. One of them is GAIL. GAIL is one stock that has done well, pretty well today. It can be taken intraday also. It can be taken for positional trade also. For me, Adani Transmission is one trade that I have been recommending people a lot. We can see that on day-to-day basis, it has kept on moving up, and it has anybody who has traded it or has invested it would definitely be profitable, and I suggest that they can fully book their trades. ICICI Pru is currently at a crucial stage. On a daily charts, it is less than 50, so I would recommend that people hold their trades, don't do any trades. It's still bullish, and soon it can go above 60 and on daily charts, and one can buy there. I would like to mention Zeal today. Zeal has done incredible today. It has moved up by almost 40 points, 39.98%, and though I recommended it to my subscribers today, we did miss out, and anybody who would have caught its up movement would have gained at least 30 to 40 points today after opening. though it had stopped for a while, the trading had stopped for a while. We we are definitely seems Zeal is a good stock to win, even though it is overbought. So it is better to, if you are profitable, to at least take out 70 to 80% of your profits, since an overbought stock can fall incredibly any day. It's that's why it's a difficult stock to keep. Tomorrow is Wednesday, 15th of September, and looking at some of the positions that has been taken, one criteria that we look into is how are the FIIs and DIIs behaving. So FIIs have been buying on FIIs have been buying a lot of in cash market. They have reduced a bit of the positions in index futures and index call writing, and they have increased their put buying. But overall, what we do see is that they are maintaining their call buying at 17,400, and as we saw today, they respected that 17,400, and I believe that 17,400 will be respected, a resistance. So I will hold my call writing positions there, 17,400. Anybody who has bought a put at 17,400 or 17,450 should benefit from the fall that I expect at or before expiry. Similar situation for Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is again, the call rating has moved up to 36,700. So one should respect. One saw that 36,500 was respected, and now 36,700 should be the new resistance, and one should respect. The market participants should respect that, and it will be respected there. And with this, I would like to ask my subscribers or viewers to kindly like my videos on YouTube, share them if you are liking it, and subscribe to my channel. Those who are listening to my podcast, you can also share the podcast. You can come and watch the charts and the various option chains on my YouTube channel, Billionaire Traders Club. You can also read my blogs on Medium. The same is described in the description box on the YouTube channel, and also on my podcast. Thanking you a lot. Wishing you all a very good and profitable trading life career.